How are you doing today? I am absolutely to be thrilled to be with you today. Today, I'm going to talk about something very close to my heart, uncovering your unique superpowers. I truly believe that each one of you has special talent and gifts that makes you very unique. But sometimes it's hidden, waiting to be discovered. So, discovering this unique superpower is the key to creating an educational shift that makes our precious children grow and thrive in today's world. Let's start with a question. You guys, do you know what your superpower is? Think about it on yourself. It might sound like a fun idea, but I truly believe that all of you have one at least. If you find it, it can change everything for us, for others, and even for the world. I like to share my favorite quote with you, and that inspires me every day. There is no more effective way to empower people than to see each one in his or her strengths. Don O. Clifton. This is one of my favorite quotes, and I use it in almost every speech I give. For me, it represents my personal journey to becoming a confident leader and how I approach leading teams. I truly believe that everyone is good at something. And when we help our precious children discover, find their superpowers, we help them become true superstars. But here's the challenge. How do we help our children discover their strengths and superpowers when so much of our education is still focusing on tests and grades and entrance exams only? Think about how we approach education. It's about getting right answers, memorizing information, and preparing for exams. But what if this approach is actually hiding their true potential? But if, in the rush to prepare for entrance examinations, we are missing out on helping our children discover, understand, and develop their superpowers. I also want to share a TED Talk which deeply inspired me. In 2006, Sir Ken Robinson gave a TED Talk where he emphasized the importance of creativity. In his speech, he explained that creativity is as important as literacy, and he also added that we should treat it the same way. When I heard his speech, I said, "Wow!" loudly. When I was watching his YouTube, I was at home. All the family members got astonished to hear my loud voice. Even my neighbors came to my house. What happened? I was so excited to receive Mr. Ken Robinson's message, which is creativity is really important. Yes, creativity is so important that we have to nurture it in every child. But here's another problem. When we focus only on tests and exams, we ignore the important term, important concept, creativity. We often push our children to focus solely on some specific subject, telling them things like, hey, don't waste your time drawing. You won't get a good job doing that. Oh my God. Let's think about that. Creativity is not drawing or painting. Creativity, it is about how we think, how we solve problems, and how we express ourselves. Creativity makes us unique in this world. So, how can we help children uncover their unique superpowers with creativity? The first step is to change our thinking about our education. What we have to do, first things first, we need to stop seeing all the children as the same. Each child is different, and their talents are so unique. So we need an educational system that helps our children find and discover their superpowers, not only training the ability to memorize facts, to compete with peers. Here, I would like to share my personal story. When I was in junior and senior high school, I felt so inferior to other students who excel, perform well in sports and academics, because I was really slow in running. My father was so upset when I was ranked in 6 out of 6 people in a sports festival. Even though I had a lot of practice, my ranking was the same. I was so traumatized by the pressure from my father. And I was so slow in calculation, and I struggled with math. So I disliked PE and math lesson classes in particular. I realized that schools were places only those who perform well in tests and sports thrived. And even now, I think that schools often lack opportunities for students to shine in what they truly love, what they're genuinely good at, and then what they really want to pursue. But how did I realize that I had my own superpowers? I have 3 turning points in my life. My first turning point came when I was a university student. Even though I thought I didn't fit any sports activities, but we didn't know what would happen to my life. I started to play American football. My father got so surprised because he didn't think that I was an athlete. But I met a lot of great coaches who see me as an important individual, and they consider my personal strengths. And then I started to devote myself to analyzing my physical strengths and working with my teammates. And also I watched a lot of American football games, and I started to be good at analyzing the American football strategies. And in no time, I became such a wonderful and outstanding American football player. And also I continued to play American football until the age of 26 or 27, aiming of #1 nationwide. What happened to me? My talent as an athlete flowered in my life for the first time. This is mainly because I stopped hearing my inner voice, my inside voice, which whispered that, hey, you're inferior to other people in sports. I stopped listening to my inner voice, and then I changed. And my second turning point came when I became school principal in private elementary school in Osaka. At first, I felt very inferior in applying for this position due to the unlimited my management skills and experiences. But I discovered that I had my love for being with kids and my passion for delivering a passionate and inspiring speeches to students and parents and my coworkers. So I did not compare myself to other principals who had more skills and experiences. And suddenly, I started to discover that I have my love for playing with kids and engaging with coworkers. And also, I had a lot of communication with numerous number of parents. And I realized that my second ability, talent, blossomed. My change started to change. My life started to change. And lastly, my third turning point came at the age of 44. I'm now 46 years old, so 2 years ago. I made a debut as a professional actor in the entertainment industry. One day, I found the ad on SNS of a professional stage performance. My main background was based on education. I did not spend any time in entertainment industry, so I didn't have anything to write on my resume. So no one expected that I would be passing the audition. Everyone around me, hey Tetsuro, you cannot make it. But I didn't care. I sent my CV and resume to the audition. And then I was chosen and moved on to the audition. And there were more than 400 people who were like kind of experts and specialists in acting and performance. And everyone around me, and no one expected that I would be passing the audition. But I did. I became a professional actor, and I have already performed on stage twice already. Probably I'm the kind of first Japanese English teacher who belonged to an entertainment agency. Why this happened? Just I started to realize that I have my own superpowers inside myself. And I started to realize that I have an interest in acting. Also, I have an aptitude for acting. But after I started my career as an actor, I sometimes wonder if I had more opportunity and experience in acting, what might have happened to my life. The most important message here is that each one of you need a variety of experiences to test your abilities and talents, engaging in communication and collaboration with diverse people. We need to create an environment where children can explore, take risks, and embrace their creativity. Here's a motto I live by. Age is just a number. Whether you're 6 or 60, if you're passionate about something, you can excel at it. Everyone can be a genius in the field they are drawn to. This leads to the idea of co-education, a shift in how we educate our children. Co-education just doesn't mean that we learn together. It means that it is a learning in a way that we celebrate and value each child's talent and superpower. And here's the key. We all have our strengths. But too often, we spend more time on what we are not good at. But what if we spend more time on what we're good at? And what if we help more children find and discover and embrace their superpowers? What would happen? And research shows that if you work more on strengths, you will more confident, and perform well. And Gallup's research indicates that working on your strengths leads to better performance and lower stress. So working on strengths fosters engagement and teamwork, and that helps you feel more aligned with who you are. To wrap up, I want to leave you with a thought. The world is changing so quickly, and we do not know what it will look like in the future. But we do know this. The generation of today, the new generation, the children of today will need creativity and understanding of their strengths and the courage to face challenges fearlessly. Our jobs as adults is to help our children find and understand and embrace their creativity, their strengths, and superpowers. I hope you're leaving here thinking about your superpowers. Don't you feel excited to think about your superpowers? Your age doesn't matter. Every one of you has your own superpowers. Be proud of yourself. And also, when you leave here, thinking about your superpowers and how you can help our precious children discover and embrace their superpowers. Together, we unlock the full potential of every child. Thank you so much.